Welcome to Tokyo University of Foreign Studies, Graduate School of Global Studies. This is Master's Program, Peace and Conflict Studies course. This Peace and Conflict Studies course is the only master's program at this Tokyo University of Foreign Studies that is offered all in English. I have to say that the other master's courses require high Japanese proficiency. This Peace and Conflict Studies course is a 2-year master's program. The language of instruction is English. The title of the degree granted upon completion is Master of Arts in International Studies. We expect 10 to 12 students per year. Currently, we have 3 full-time professors under this Peace and Conflict Studies course. Professor Yasuyuki Matsunaga specializes in conflict, contentious politics, and political change. Professor Hideaki Shinoda specializes in peace-building policies and conflict analysis. We currently have a professor by the name of Kenji Isezaki. However, he will be retiring in March 2023. We expect to have a new professor arriving on April 2023. One of the main features of this Peace and Conflict Studies course is that the students will choose the main supervisor. It's not the university designating a supervisor for the students. It's the student who can choose them. Once they enter this program, they will be given an opportunity to meet with each one of the professors to discuss their research topic and methodology. After meeting with all 3 of the professors, the students can decide under whom they would like to study. Our students come from diverse backgrounds. Although we are relatively small in size, accepting 10 to 12 students per year, the students come from diverse backgrounds, and this communication and collaboration with these students who comes from a different background is one of the main features of this Peace and Conflict Studies course. As for the curriculum, as I mentioned before, that it is a 2-year master's program. Once they enter in this program in fall, the students are requested to take the 3 mandatory courses: Core Seminar, PCS Research Methodology, and Global Studies. Each one of these courses are taught by the 3 full-time professors of this Peace and Conflict Studies course. Through these programs, students will learn the foundation of peace and conflict studies and its methodologies. Apart from these 3 mandatory courses, the students can choose from diverse course offerings for the elective courses. Some of the lecture titles of our elective courses are The Politics of Difference and Equality, Gender and Peace, Foundation of Human Violence and Group Conflict, Japan's Security Policy and Conflict Resolution, Religion, Nationalism and Identity, to name a few. In the second year, the students will again take the 2 mandatory courses, which are the Thesis Seminar 1 and Thesis Seminar 2. These are team teaching taught by all 3 professors. The students will write their master's thesis based on these 2 mandatory courses and the supervision that they receive from their main supervisors. At the end of the second year, the student will submit their master's thesis written in English. You are probably wondering what kind of topics that you can actually study at this Peace and Conflict Studies course. As many of our students do come from conflict-affected countries, they often choose the topic that is related to their own country. However, there are some students who have decided to take up topics that is specifically related to Japan, such as the U.S. and Japan status of force agreement in the island of Okinawa or the military law in Japan. You can actually find the complete list of our past master thesis at our PCS website, the link which is stated here. As for the career opportunities after graduating from this Peace and Conflict Studies course, up until 5-6 years ago, most of the students returned back to their own countries to taking up positions in the governmental offices and international organizations. Some of them have decided to work at the NGOs as well. But more recently, students wishes to stay in Japan and work in Japan after graduating from this program. However, I have to be honest by informing you that finding a job in Japan in this field of international cooperation is very, very difficult. The opportunities are very limited. So they have decided to take positions in the private sectors, such as the IT-related companies, news agencies, to name a few. Some have decided to pursue into the doctoral studies, either here at this university or at the other universities within Japan. We are relatively small in size, as I said before, accepting 10 to 12 students per year, but that allows us to have a very strong alumni network. We have a so-called PCS workshop held every year to connect our current students and our alumni. As for the academic fees and living expense, which I believe is a very important issue for you when you consider studying in Japan. As a national university, our academic fees are relatively low compared with private universities in Japan. As for the living expense, I have to say that the expense in Tokyo is not cheap. We explained to our prospective international students that the living expense may cost somewhere around 100,000 yen per month, which includes the rent, food, utilities, internet, and insurance as well. But this university is located in the suburb of Tokyo, about 30 to 40 minutes by train from downtown Tokyo, which the rent is relatively low compared with downtown Tokyo. And what I can say is that we are located in a very quiet residential area, very suitable to concentrate on your studies in Japan. Talking about expenses, now let me give you some information about the financial support available for the students of this Peace and Conflict Studies course. We are very proud to announce that this Peace and Conflict Studies course has been designated as the International Priority Graduate Program under the Japanese government, meaning that they will be a preferential allocation of scholarship to the students of this program. The number of grantees of this Japanese government scholarship is 3. The scholarship benefits includes monthly stipends, exemption of admission fee and tuition, travel expense to and from Japan upon entering and graduating from this program. The duration of scholarship is within the standard years of enrollment, meaning 2 years from this master's program. How the students are selected? We recommend to the Japanese government the 3 applicants with the outstanding admission results who have applied during the designated period, who also meet the eligibility of this Japanese government scholarship. All the details are stated in the admission information, which is available from the link stated here. I just mentioned about the additional eligibility for this PGP MEX scholarship. So what are them? Number 1, holder of an excellent academic record. Number 2, must be born on or after April 2nd, 1988. Must be the holder of a high English proficiency of CEFAR B2 level or above. If you have been graduated from an undergraduate program that was offered all in English, meaning English track program, you are requested to submit a certificate issued by your institution stating that all the courses has been offered in English. If you meet these eligibilities, you can apply for the scholarship when you apply for this Peace and Conflict Studies course. As for the schedule, for those who wish to study at this Peace and Conflict Studies course under the PGP Mixed Scholarship, the deadline of application is February 17th, 2023. However, we will still continue accepting applications for the privately funded students up until May 2nd, 2023. Please note that we do not accept application documents sent by emails. We only accept applications sent through the registered postal mail or one of those courier services, which ensures the delivery to Japan. And the deadline is strictly observed. Maybe you are wondering what kind of financial support is available for the privately funded students. Yes, we do have a very good financial support. Top 5 students entering this Peace and Conflict Studies course will be granted with the admission fee exemption and tuition exemption. So our recommendation for you is to prepare your application very well. How you can prepare for this? First of all, know and understand the field of Peace and Conflict Studies. If you have a different background, such as language, literature, maybe management, know and understand this field. If you are still a student of your university, try to take some courses of international relations, development, economics, one of those political science related field courses. You can check out the syllabus of the courses that we offer. Go into the PCS website to the academic session, and from there, you can check out the syllabus. If you are a non-native speakers of English, prepare for and take the English proficiency test. Find a topic of interest, be specific. You are required to submit a research proposal as one of the application documents. Don't just mention that I am interested in peace and conflict studies. That is too broad. Keep up with the world affairs, do some own research on the topics that you find interesting. Check out the latest information about what is happening at this university or at this program through the Facebook page and our websites. Go over and read the admission information thoroughly and carefully. All the necessary information are provided within the admission information. Let me just briefly note about our doctoral program. For those who wish to pursue their studies in the field of peace and conflict, you can apply for the doctoral program in Global Studies October admission. Your desired research topic must match with the specialty fields of the three full-time professors of this Peace and Conflict Studies course. The financial support, which I mentioned before, such as the Japanese government scholarship opportunity, is only for our master's program. For the doctoral program, you need to apply for a scholarship separately from the admission of the doctoral program. For the details, you can always contact us at our Global Admissions Office, gao@tufs.ac.jp. Please let me note that there's another doctoral program at this Tokyo University of Foreign Studies with English medium, which is called the Joint Doctoral Program for Sustainability Research. If you're interested in this, again, please contact us at the Global Admissions Office. Thank you very much for watching this video. We look forward to welcoming you at the Peace and Conflict Studies course in the near future. If you want to know more about this program itself, please contact PCS office at pcs@tufs.ac.jp. For inquiries regarding the admission procedures, please contact the Global Admissions Office, gao@tufs.ac.jp. Thank you very much for listening.